Hi, everyone. Dean here to help facilitators with a video description with a real live person to maybe help you consider how you deliver the final simulation. It's a three-part simulation. So what I thought I would do is just give you a very high-level overview of the simulation and get into little details here and there of the coaching that would be needed to make this as much as possible a realistic simulation. All right, so you have all the information you need already, and the way we set the simulation up, and we're going to assume here that this is a virtual program. You can negotiate this however you need to. If you're doing the classroom version, it's actually easier. But assuming it's virtual, the way it's set up is we've got two Sika sales reps and one architect. So if you have an uneven number, then one of the groups will have three Sika sales reps. The goal is for Sika to convince the architect to allow them to do a lunch and learn presentation, a first presentation as if they were prospecting for Nesmith Construction Consortium, which the architect is part of. So the final decision will be made on both a rational and emotional buying decision, if you will, by the architect. And the decision is not known. So in some cases, when you do the final debrief, some architects might say yes, some might say not sure, and some might say no, thank you, we'll take a pass on Sika at this point in time. So what you have is you have a PowerPoint presentation which gives you kind of the high-level overview of the wharf that is being reconstructed. It's called Wyndham Wharf, and there's also hard copy information that you have for both the sales reps and for the architect. Looks something like this. Right, here's the kind of the top sheet for the sales reps, and this is the one for the architects. I think a really important point is, and I recommend this strongly, is to not provide this, meaning that all the material in one shot. I would do it one by one. So what that does is it reduces the chance for confusion and bringing up information, obviously, that they shouldn't. I think it's common sense to do so, but let me just be really clear with you. I would send it to them one by one. So you need to, of course, select your architects and then put the teams together that they will meet, and they will stay with that same team with the sales reps. So as I mentioned earlier, the goal is to keep it as realistic as possible. The only piece that I would say is contrived, and the sales rep don't need to know this, is the architects have to send them back to sharpen their presentation, sharpen their pencil, improve the presentation 2 times. So there will be a total of 3 presentations, and it is the 3rd presentation where the architect will make that decision. So it's either green light, yellow light, not sure, or red light, no, we'll take a pass. So what I would recommend is if you're doing this in Teams or Zoom, to debrief both parties separately, and more important would be debriefing the architect. So once information is clear of what the sales reps need to do, I would send them to their respective rooms and keep the architects with you. Now, here's where you can have a real influence and impact on them and the simulation. They should remain who they are. For instance, they shouldn't switch and change from part 1 of the simulation to 2 and say, you know what, I was too nice of a person. I'm going to come in, I'm going to really be a driver and give them a hard time. Well, that's unrealistic. There needs to be a reason for that. So this whole simulation should be based on cause and effect. They say something, I respond, or you respond, and it's a natural dialogue. So remain who they are and respond as they would if they were customers. The other thing is that I would coach them in not falling into the temptation of joking and fooling with any of the sales reps, maybe there's someone that they know and they try to pull them out of the simulation. Please coach them to remain the same, whether it's staying poker faced or just not answering the question of, hey, is this real or whatever, just to stick with the content and their role as basically a decision maker. So if you can do that, then I think it will work very well. In fact, another reality is if you take a look back at at least the first page, there's information that is available that is given by the architects, but there's information that is not available to the sales reps, and it is only given by the architects if they feel like they should give it, if they feel a human connection, if they feel comfortable. So again, we're looking at the emotional, not necessarily the rational buying motives. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I wish you a very successful Foundation for Sales program. The City Business School appreciates your efforts, and we again hope that you have a really, really good program, and we see you soon. Thanks a lot.